Come on. Let's go. Hey. Don't wait. All right, morning, y'all. Brian and Maggie today. Now the farm in Mississippi. Gonna try to get a little bush hogging done. Y'all saw been a couple weeks ago now. I started on the dove field. Clipped it, but we've had so much rain. I think I'm just gonna go over and cut it again, so we'll get ready to maybe disc some strips and put some weed out. It'll be ready. We'll maybe mow. See anything that needs clipping along the way, we'll take care of that too. Hot today, but luckily we'll get in this cab tractor. Won't be too hot. We can just ride and get some things done. Come on, man. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Y'all, we headed on up to the end of the property where my dove field's gonna be. These roads got clipped a couple of times. It's rained so much, we're gonna clip them as I go. No reason to waste the fuel just riding up there. We can clip the roads. I can hang off in the ditch pretty good on one side on the way in. I catch the other side on the way out with this back wing, so working good and get a lot done while we're riding. Feeling. I think I'm probably gonna be able to cut this field real low on one pass. If y'all remember last time I had to couldn't make but about half a cut at a time. It was so thick, so I ended up going over it 2 or 3 times. I think hopefully this time we'll do it. I'm gonna make plans to get down here pretty soon with a disc, maybe disc a few strips, and then we'll get in there with a drill on the rest of it, probably drill some weed or something for deer season or something. Be on in there in just a minute. We'll take a look and see how the dove field's doing. All right, we made it up here where the dove field's gonna be. You'll see this is where we hunted last year. We didn't even cut all the way down to this power pole here. This year we decided we'd go ahead and, while I had the tractor here, go ahead and cut everything up to this pole. Had a couple of spots there in the middle that was too wet. It's real wet right here too. The drain that goes across the power line, can't get in there with the tractor. And I went ahead, and this food plot down here in front of this Ranch King hadn't been planted in 2 years. I went ahead and mowed it so we could keep up with it. Probably gonna go ahead and plant it this year when we come up here and do the dove field, but the grass has grown quite a bit. Ain't grown quite as much as I thought it might have since the rain. So I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm just gonna drop the bush hog down low, just make one good slow pass over it. Then we can decide here. Dove season's about, I guess, it's about 4 or 5 weeks away, so we've got a couple more weeks we need to get this weed done. So we'll get it clipped and then cut some more roads. I've rode by a couple of roads on the way in that hadn't been cut this year. We cut them this time of year, but the only time they have to be cut. I'll take care of that on my way out. Little Maggie down there taking a nap. Alright, y'all, got the big field cut real low. Y'all see it cut real good this time. Of course, it wasn't as thick and it's dry. Then got to go a couple more passes to make down here on this north end. And I kind of been whittling around the edges of this stuff I couldn't cut last time. It's still wet over in there a little bit, but right around the edge I can kind of keep trimming it back a little bit. All I can do, don't want to get out there and make a mess with the tractor. So should be in good shape to know this field right here. Last year, I don't like to disc these fields too much because it's just hard to get them back smooth. And you can see how smooth these fields are smooth now, like a yard. But probably going to end up bringing a disc in here and discing some strips. Maybe 1 strip, maybe 2 strips, or maybe 3. We'll still go back and get them real smooth before we put any seed out. So we'll wrap this up here in a minute. I got to get one thing. BJ Preston come down here. We need to bring the weed eater and the Roundup down here and weed eat and spray around these shooting houses. It's got to be done anyway. Plus, that's a good place to sit, to stay hid while we shoot. So we'll get that done next, either tomorrow, maybe, or next weekend. Maybe I'll have to come down here and do the weed one day after work. But, keep clipping here and stop here in a minute in the shade and let Maggie out. She needs to get out. Then we're gonna head back to the barn and catch a few roads on the way up there. All right, y'all, we got all that cut back there. I was able to chip away and get a couple of spots that I wasn't able to get last time. It's a good bit drier. Had a lot of rain, but it's been so hot like all this week. Heat index is way over 100 every day. I think 110, 112. So really we're starting to dry it out good. But I'm gonna cut my way back to the barn. We'll see what tractor's there. We can make a plan to get out here and disc some strips. But while I'm riding out, I want to show y'all. You've heard Jason talk about these cutovers and how long we wait until after we clear cut before we plant. This clear cut right here, I think it's about 80 acres. I think if I remember right, it was cut in. It was cut, would have been summer of 2019, so it got planted just this past winter, January, February, whenever it was. We always, you skip a year, then you plant them, it'll be 2 winters after you cut, because all the bugs that are in these stumps, you give a chance for a spray. This area here was sprayed with a helicopter, knocked back all the hardwood competition. Or can't see the little pines down in there. I spotted a few a while ago. You have to find a spot where there's not a lot of weeds. But anyway, that's how it goes. Clear cut 1 year, replant about a year and a half later, 2 years, 2 winters later. Like the stuff we're clear cutting this year will be planted in winter of, it'll be about January, February of 23. That kind of give you an idea of how the rotation is. So. And that's another reason we've kind of quit clear cutting these big blocks, because you just don't want to take a big chunk out of bedding and nesting habitat for too long, because you've got that time period before you can plant, and then you got a couple more years before it really grows back up with the deer and the turkeys use it again. So our plan is to continue to cut the smaller blocks and keep more in row instead of so much in rotation at one time, so we don't lose that habitat. We're going to get Maggie down there, let her out, let her cool it a little bit, got her some water, cut a few roads on the way back. Me and Maggie wrapped up what we needed to get done on the dove field, and I cut several more lanes on my way out. Some of the lanes up through some of those pine thickets, and usually, like I said earlier, if you can wait till this time of year and cut them one time, you only have to cut them one time. This old big cutter will cut it when it's tall. So, got that done. I'll head back to the barn. Next step down there will be to get in there, like I said, and disc up some strips, start to put some seed out for the doves, and then gotta start planting pretty soon. Get back down here on the cut a couple of our food plots. There's a couple of big plots here that will I need to cut them real close, and I don't know if we'll spray them or just cut them real close one good time. It's a little earlier to grow back, but we plan on over in late September, October. So I hope maybe we might have to go cut it 2 times, and then we can get the grain drill in there later and get the soil moisture right, and then plant them for the fall and winter plot. So we'll get ready to do that, and we'll take y'all too. So we appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank y'all.